Oh, so Mike, take it over.
Okay, let's just share my screen here, see if I can get back to where we were before. So today we're going to be talking about Android photos and a little bit about Google Photos. Um, we do have a full course on Google Photos. Probably it's already happened for this round, but it should be coming up in the fall. The things that we're going to talk about is understanding how your phone deals with your photos and all the different ways to store your photos, manage it, sync it to other platforms, and how to find your photos once you've taken one. We're going to talk about smart uh, phone cameras, Google Photo installations, how to sync your photos with other applications, how to navigate through the gallery or photos and find your photos on your phone's drive, on its internal drive. Organization of the photos, it's pretty basic, but we're going to go through that. Where do you go to edit your photos, how to share your photos to other people's, and then transferring photos from your phone onto a computer, a thumb drive, or an external drive. What are Android photos? It depends on the type of phone that you have, whether it's a Motorola, LG, or a Samsung. It may be called one of these. Either it's your device photos, it'll be just photos as it is, or most common that it's called your gallery. And that's what I'm going to be, as I have a Samsung phone, that's what I'm going to be. You're going to see is that I'm going to be working with the gallery more than anything. So this is an app that comes with your phone, and it's a built-in photo viewer on all Android phones. It shows the photos that are stored locally on your device. You can organize them in folders, either your camera, screenshot, and downloads. A lot of times the apps that are on your phone will do this for you, such as if you take a photo that's sent you through a text message and you download it, it's probably going to end up in the download folder on your phone under messages. It won't show up in the gallery, it show up somewhere else. So we're going to look on how to find those photos as well. Your phone doesn't have an automatic backup unless the cloud service is enabled. Uh, the Samsung phones and most of the newer phones that come in with Google as their secondary operating system, a lot of times Google Photos will be enabled by default when you get the new phone. You may not know, but it's there. But the Android photo side of it, the stuff, everything that's saved on your phone will work offline. And then the storage is limited by your device's internal memory, or if you have an SD card with your phone, if it's inserted in your phone should automatically start saving to your SD card when you take photos. Now, Google Photos is another thing people talk about. If you have a Google account or if you have a Gmail email address, then you do have a Google's account and you'll have access to Google Photos. This is a cloud-based photo storage and management service from Google. It backs up if it's turned on, it'll automatically back up all the photos that you take on your phone up to the Google Photos uh, drive in the cloud. That makes all your photos accessible from any device. Find it on your phone, a tablet, a computer, or you can go to a web browser and pull up your Google Photos from there and get them from any computer. you can get on. It's got a very good search selection on there. You can search for objects, people's, places. If you have a pet, you could put a picture, select a picture of your pet, and then go find all the pictures of your pet. So that's one thing that Google Photos has that the gallery on your phone is limited to. It doesn't have quite that all the options of finding photos. If you're like me, I got thousands and thousands and thousands, and I don't really group them very well. So I gotta, scroll through a lot of photos to find anything. Also in Google Photos, you got editing tools, albums, shared libraries, and a few AI features depending on how you've got your AI set up. And the storage in here is shared across all your services. So your email account, if you use Google Drive or anything like that, you get 15 gigabytes free to share across all those, and your photos will count against that. So people ought to ask, what should you use? We're going to be talking a lot about just Android photos and Google Photos as a backup. But use the Android photos, you prefer a local storage. You don't want to use a cloud service. And you got plenty of device storage. And if you run out of storage on your phone, you'll have to move your photos to another platform after that. Using Google Photos, it's all done automatically. You can use multiple devices to look at your photos. And if you want advanced search and advanced editing, and you want a peace of mind that your photos are safe, well, then you may want to use Google Photos. Both options are likely on your phone, and it's just you have to make a choice of which one you use. If you use both of them, then you're doubling it. But we'll go through that a little bit later. So smartphone cameras, people used to use these to, take photos of things that you do and see, your family, your friends, your pets, your vacations. I use it a lot to assist my memory, where I'm taking pictures of serial tags, receipts, screenshots. You can go into stores. A lot of it's for scanning barcodes to find out, or QR codes to find out about products or services, websites, or whatnot. So if you're taking a picture of any of these with your camera, it's going to organize it by date, by default, and then you can go in and organize it yourself by stories or albums by moving your photos to different folders in your system. So when you take a photo, what happens to it? So your camera on your phone is going to save the photos to the camera folder, and this is in your internal storage on your phone, and it's under your files, your internal storage, DCIM, which means digital camera image. It's an industry acronym. So most of your phones will have that in there. And then under that, there'll be your camera. So Gallery is an app that reads the camera folder for new content, and then it will display that on the screen when you're in Gallery. Now, Gallery has an option to back up the new photo to OneDrive if it's enabled. And to do that, you have to have your Microsoft account signed in and all that for that to do it. If you do that, it'll upload your photos directly to your Photos drive or Photos folder on Microsoft OneDrive. Now, if you've got Google Photos turned on or loaded into your phone, it does the same thing. It goes and looks at the camera folder for new content, sees that new content. It'll upload that to Google Photos, and then it's going to back up that photo on your Google storage if it's turned on. Any new phone that you get, the Google Photos storage or backup feature is turned on by default. So if a lot of people don't know that, but it's doing that. So it's up there filling up your folders or your access to your Google system, and it could, cause your thing to fill up and well, I lost that. Sorry about that. So over here is a photo. This is what the drive looks like. Your file drive looks like on your phone. Down here's your internal storage. If you've got your OneDrive signed in or your Google Drive, that this will allow you to copy photos off of your main storage and directly into that drive without having to go through that if you're using that to take your photos off your phone. It's kind of like looking at a picture. What's going on is I got my Android phone. It's taking a photo. It's going to put that photo in my internal storage in my camera folder. If Google Photos is on, it's going to automatically send it to Google Photos. If I look just at my using gallery, if I got an SD card, it'll automatically transfer to that SD card. And then if I have Dropbox or OneDrive or anything like that turned on, I can have it set up so it's automatically sending a copy of the photo to OneDrive. So Google Photos is usually installed new phones by default. If you got an older phone, if it's not in there, you can go to the Play Store, install Google Photos. You may have to sign in with your Gmail address and your Google account passwords. But click on install. Google will provide 15 gigabytes of photo storage, which is about 3,500 photos. We got to remember that also is shared in storage with your email, your files if you're using Google Drive or anything else like that. And then that's for free for 15 gigabytes. And then for $1.99 a month, they'll up that to 100 gigabytes. So syncing to OneDrive. It may not be available on all brands, but I know it's available on Motorola and also on Samsung. I don't know about LG. Do that. You're going to go into your gallery, open up gallery, and turn on the sync by touching the cloud icon on the top. It'll ask you to log into your Microsoft account and verify everything that you are. And after the account is connected, your pictures and videos will start to automatically sync to OneDrive. So if you got 10,000 photos on your phone, it's going to start uploading those 10,000 photos on your phone. So it's going to take a while to happen. And then after that, you can have it to set up so that if you take a photo, it will immediately update that to OneDrive, or it may do something where you can set it up so it only uploads the new photos. Times like when your phone's charging or at a specific time of day, you can set that up. So if you want to turn off the backups and settings, you open the gallery on your phone, select the cloud icon on the top, and then there'll be a slider button that you can slide it to back off on or off once you made that connection. So here's my gallery. This is gallery opened up. There's the icon at the top. I'm going to check and make sure you can see this right, Daryl.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, good. So I can sync it with OneDrive here. So you see, I got right now my phone is not synced with OneDrive. It's got a slash across it. If I click on it, it's going to say, connect to Microsoft OneDrive. I would have to continue, go through all that, load everything up there, then it'll start sending it to my phone, or sorry, my computer or OneDrive, and it'll start syncing with my computer. And if you want to turn it off, you go in there and basically tell it you don't want it to turn into that again. I just selected a photo here. You can see everything is on by the date. That's the default. If I go down to the bottom here, I can choose to go to albums and I can select albums. One is the most recent photos I've taken. Any photo I've gone as mark as a favorite after I've taken the picture. This is all the photos that are currently on my camera or the camera folder that's in here. Here's all the screenshots that I've taken. Here's all the downloaded photos I've done from downloading from either from a email or a text message. So you can find them all here pretty easily. Any movies you've got or videos, they'll also put that into there. If I wanted to add an album, I'd hit the plus sign here, choose what I want to create, open up that album or a group or a shared album where I can share it with somebody else. When you do that, it's like you take a picture and it gets sent to them in a text message automatically, which you may not want to have that turned on because that could cause some issues. But that's basically the gist of how to get your photos into OneDrive. Syncing to Google Photos to if you're going to sync to Google Photos, let's say the syncing gallery to OneDrive, unless you specifically want that, should be turned off because now you're going to be backing up your photos to two different places. And if you get enough photos backed up, you may have an issue with paying for two different services to store your photographs. And like I said before, backup is enabled by default in Google Photos. Google Photo app will transfer a copy of your Google Cloud to your Google Cloud storage. Now, when you do this, it may take a few minutes for that to show up. It's a little bit slower than OneDrive, but it'll be there. To do that, to turn it on, you're going to go into your open up Photos in Google Photos on your phone, select your icon in the upper left right hand deal. It's either going to be your photo or your initials or whatever to circle. Select backup, and then you can toggle the slide on and off. So here's my phone. This is what gallery looks like, and this is where Google's Photos is at. A lot of times you'll find it'll be in a folder on the phone, right in your Google settings. I've pulled it out of there and I put a copy onto my home page. So that's where I'll be looking at it. But basically you just tap on your Google Photos, it's going to open up. You see, here's my user ID icon. I'm going to click on that. It's going to open it up. And down here, the backup is going to be checked, or if I determine to turn it off, then I go in there, it'll say that the backup is off, and then you can turn on the backup. So it's that simple to connect it. So now backup is on, and it said that backup is complete on my phone. And this, you'll see the same thing. The default is going to have all your photos and different stuff on there. If I could go back here in Google Photos, everything is in there since, I don't know, 2014 or something like that. So once it's up here, photos that are here, if I delete them off my phone, they do not get deleted off here unless I specifically go in and tell it to do that. So because I've done a lot of experimenting on here, I got a lot of junk in my photos right now that I need to clean out. Just a quick thing on here, your collections on your albums and stuff like that. Here's all the albums I've created. These are stuff on this device. It's got all the documents that I've taken pictures of. It takes these moments in your life that you can set up so you can find them later, stuff like that. I'm not going to go into Google Photos very much in this one because there's another classic deep that goes really, really deep into it. So I'm going to stay out of that part of it. But we'll look at it as we need to. A lot of people want to know what happens when they delete a photo. So if you're in your phone, you're going to delete a photo and you're in gallery and you select every time you select a photo, you got a choice of deleting it or sending it to the trash can or something like that. So you can delete on the phone using gallery. This deletes the file in the camera folder, puts it into the trash folder on your phone, and it'll save that photo for 30 days before it's permanently deleted off your phone. This does not delete the photo from, if you're using Google Photos, it won't delete it from the photo app. Now, if you use Google Photos to delete it, it's going to delete the file on the camera. And that's if you're doing this from your phone. And it's going to delete the photo from your Google Photos app. It won't delete it from the Google account storage. So if you're doing this on your phone and then you go to your computer, look up your photos in your computer, the photo will still be there, but you'll have a little notice saying that the phone and the storage aren't synced. And it's going to ask you, you deleted photos on your phone. Do you want to delete it in the Google storage account? And if you do, you say yes. If you don't, you just say no. If you go to the web version of Google Photos, when you delete the photo from the Google storage account, it's going to save it for 60 days. But when you do this, this will delete the photo from your phone, but only once again, it'll say, if you approve it, that it'll delete it from your phone, and then it'll delete it out of your phone storage. So it'll come up with this review out of sync changes and account settings. And there'll be a notification on there when you open up Google Photos. You click on it, it's going to take you to your account settings, and you can say, yes, I want both to be exactly the same. And it'll say you've deleted 5 photos or 6 photos off of your phone. Do you want to delete them in your account? Or if you deleted it in the account, it'll do it the opposite direction to delete it on your phone. So it's pretty hard for you to accidentally delete a photo and completely lose it. There's always options of getting it back within a certain time period. biggest thing we do is we take a photo and I'm going to send that to my daughter. I'm going to send it to my friends or whatever, is sharing photos. And there's a lot of options on how to do this. Uh, email is the best option if you want to get a high resolution photo sent to somebody else. A lot of text apps and stuff like that could take the resolution of your photo, compress it down to make it more transferable, less data, whatnot. Typical phones on your Android or the photos on it are going to take anywhere from 2 to 4 megabytes of space. So that's a pretty big file to be sent through a text message, although the new messaging accounts are actually allowing larger and larger photos to be sent through them. But some of the older phones, they will thumbnail the photo so when the user gets it on that end, they try to blow it up, it'll be all fuzzy. So the best way to do it is send it through an email. So to do that, to start sharing, you're going to tap on the little share icon, and it, usually down on the bottom of the photo once you select it. And if you open a photo on your phone, this is typically where you see you're going to have a choice to share, edit, add it to a folder or a drive or whatever, or to trash it. So how many options do I have to share this? Well, basically, it depends on how many apps you have on your phone that allow sharing to be shared to or shared through email, text messaging, Instagram, Facebook, all that. So what we're going to look at is we're going to look at sending it to a Gmail application. So right now it looks at the over here. I'm going to click on the share. It's going to pull up this screen here that's on the left. And the choices I had at this time is I could share it to my tablet, to my wife, Sarah, who you know. I could send it to my pest control guy. But if these are just quick checks on it. So on the bottom, there's going to be another one. If you scroll all the way to the right, you'll have this 3 dots with the more sign on it. When you click on that, you're going to get this screen that comes up. And these are all the apps that I have on my phone that I can share this photo with, right to the point of Bluetoothing it to somebody else's phone. I can send it to a AI and do things with that. Link to Windows sends it to my PC, OneDrive, Google Drive. There's all sorts of different ways to do it. In this example, we're sending it to Gmail. So I click on Gmail here, then I get the left screen. Here I'm sending it to myself. And here's the photo in here. It's going to upload the photo. I can go in here and type, some text messaging or whatever, and then click on the send thing, and it'll email it to somebody else. If I got to upload it to something like Google Drive or OneDrive without having OneDrive connected to my phone automatically, I'm doing the same thing as select the share. Let me get this up. We can go through it. Find something interesting to share. Stay with the eagle theme. Oops, hold on. So that's the photo I've selected on my phone. And you can see gallery. There's been an update since the last time I did my presentation that they've changed the thing. They've added in setting it directly to an AI photo assist. But I'm going to click on the share. It's going to come up. I'm going to have a choice of sending it to OneDrive. I can click on that. It's going to come up in my OneDrive and on this is Google Drive. You have a choice to go in and pick the folder that you want it to be put into. I can select that folder. Now it's coming up. That's going into my photos folder on OneDrive. Then I can click the upload button. So in Google Drive, there's an upload button. In OneDrive, there's a great big check mark right in this same area here. So I click on that. It's going to upload to my Google Drive and it'll go to that folder that I selected. If I'm going to go to Google Drive and I don't have Google Photos on, I could do the same thing is well, I just did Google Drive here. So basically, it's going to depend on how you want to do it. It's going to come up in the side a little bit different every time. If I'm in Google Photos, I can find the same photo there, and then it's going to come up here. And the same thing, I hit share. Now in Google Photos, because they got a better editing format, you can do some editing before you send it, like changing the size of the photo or whatever. If you just want to send it as is, down at the bottom, there's a share. You just click on the share. It's going to pull up that same screen that we had with sending to OneDrive. It's the same thing there. You've got all your people that you've talked to in the last little bit there. And then the applications on the bottom that you used in the last little bit. Same thing, you can go all the way to the right. All the way to the right, and you get this whole list of apps that are on your phone that you can send the photo to. So I've got other things that I've got on here where I can send it to my server that I've got in the house, my Gmail into messages. I can click on that and I can send it to a text message. And it's going to bring up my deal. I can pick somebody that I want to send it to. And attach it and then send it on. Well, any questions on that? Stop for a little bit if anyone's got any specific questions. No? Okay. We're going to move on to editing photos. So to edit a photo, same thing, we're going to go in, select the photo, tap on it. It's going to come up to the edit. Click on the edit button. We'll get something like what's on the left-hand part of the screen. there'll be features there that, suggestions how to improve the photo automatically in the auto. Actions or things where you can crop the photo, make it larger, smaller. The magic eraser, you can take people out of the background or things out of the background that you don't want to. Enhancements like unblurring. There's a gazillion different ways that you can go in and edit your photos. So you can crop, you can change the aspect ratio, whether it's square, 5:4, or 9:16. You can rotate the photo. You can mirror the photo. There's all sorts of tools for changing your um, the brightness and color and adjustments like that. Filters that you can add. You can mark up, or you can go in and draw a picture on it, things like that. So there's quite a few of them that can be done. Let me just go through a few of the ones that you can see. You can also, on the newer ones, there's the choice of going through an AI filter and doing some stuff that you want to on the photo as well. But if I go into the gallery and then on the bottom, find a picture to play with. I'll stick with my eagle thing. So under my choices to go into edit here. And then if this is out of gallery. So the choices I have down below is to transform the photo. I can add filters. I can change the tone. I can put decorations in it. And I can use different specific tools. If I want to change the tools to transform it, there's these ones here where I can rotate it. I can change the size of it. I could pick standard aspect ratio. So if I wanted to transmit better onto a different medium or whatnot, take it back to the regular size. Or I can do a custom size. And then I can also adjust the angle where if I've taken it off kilter, my photo off kilter, I could change the angle that it's sitting on maybe here. So I can rotate it one way or the other and straighten it out if that's what I want to do. So right now, I haven't really changed anything to my photo unless I go up here and actually hit the save button. Other options I have is to add filters to it. Or here's the original. That's an automatic filter deal. I can blur it out. Now I've got a choice of doing all the contrast on it. There's all sorts of different things I can do just on the lighting of the photo. Change it to a black and white, whatever I want to do. Back to the original, if I decide I don't want it to do it. Another thing I could do is change the brightness in the photo. And you can see it's actually changing as it's working. So that's basically the light balance, the brightness, the exposure levels, contrast. So this is all the lighting and shadows that you can put on there, saturation and stuff like that. And each one of them you could take it and move the dial and make a change in the photo. Set it back to the original. Here I can do things like I can go in and I can draw on it, put an arrow in there, add text to it. take that text and move it wherever I want to move it to. And if I've done all this, I can save it. Now it's going to save that photo and it's going to give me a choice. If I do that, it says you want to save it over the original, or I can save a copy by going to the more options over here and still have my original and then save the thing that here I can save a copy. Then I'll have a copy of what I've changed. I still have the original to work with. I decide, no, I don't want to do that. I can always go back to what it is. The tools are things like you can erase an object. And right now it's saying, hey, do you want to try the AI power eraser? Not right now, but I'm going to go and look at all this stuff like here and erase things that are in the background. If we go back to our cancel, basically there's someone's head here that we took out. We could take the water bottle out if we wanted to, things like that. You can change things that you want to show in color. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this. I haven't gotten too much on the AI stuff, but it's a lot of fun to play around with. So that's the basic ones that you have when you're editing the photos using the application that comes with your phone. So the next thing we like to do with our photos is get it off my phone, put it somewhere else to back up. There's a lot of different ways to transfer the photos. Most people, they're going to take their photos, they want to take it to a Windows computer, use USB drives, whatnot. So you got a lot of options. You can use a USB cable. And once you plug it in, a step-by-step guide to connect the Android and Windows will probably come up. A lot of times now, when you plug your phone in, a little dialog box will show up to say, what do you want to do with the phone connection? Do you want to look at the photos, transfer photos, or just look at the files that are in the phone? And so when you're using a USB cable, make sure the USB cable you have is designed to transfer data. There's a lot of cables out there that are just charging cables, but you got to look at what's on your phone, USB-C on your phone. You may have an A on your computer, so you need to have the right cable that fits each computer for the connectors you have on your USB cable. You could transfer using cloud storage, like setting up Google Drive or OneDrive to transfer the photos to there, and then pull it from that storage onto your computer. It allows you to upload and download photos. Google Drive, you'll save it there. You can bring them down at some point on Google Drive for sure, that if you want to transfer a lot of photos, it'll start putting them into a zip file and doing it that way. If you transfer them, I think it's less than 2 gigabytes of photos, then it'll transfer them individually. You got to look at that. You can use Link to Windows, which is setting up Link to Windows on your phone and Phone Link on your computer. Then it'll allow you to copy and move photos just like you're moving between folders on your hard drive. You can use a USB drive if you get a USB drive with a C connector on it, you can insert that drive into the charging port of your phone, go to the Files app, then the camera folder, select the photos to copy or move them to the USB drive, and then send them to the computer that way. So there's 4 different ways you can do it. Transferring. Right now, I found out that using the link to Windows is the fastest and quickest, because when that's set up, basically when your phone is on next to your computer, they automatically link together. You can go into the file folders on your computer, and your phone shows up as a drive, and all the folders are there. So when they're linked on there, if they're linked by a USB drive, a cloud drive, or whatever, you can do things like here on the top. This is as a phone link drive on my computer, where it shows up that's my phone there. Here I've got it on a. It's not a USB drive. Sorry, that's incorrect. That's on a USB cable. It'll show up here as part of this PC. And then here on my Google Drive, I've gone in and downloaded the app that allows me to have my Google Drive show up in my folders. So just kind of going through everything, kind of like a little more detail on transferring photos. Using a USB cable, we're going to make sure your photo and phone are on and connected via the previous selected cable type. Windows will ask you for permission to be granted via your phone. It'll pop up on your phone. It says that Windows wants access to your phone, so you grant the permissions. Open the File Explorer, and your phone will show up as a drive. And that was this here. You can select the photos from your phone to copy or move from your phone, and then right click and select either to copy or cut. If you cut them from your phone, as you move them, it'll delete the copy off of your phone. The safest way is to copy it over, make sure everything does well, and then you can go back to your phone and delete your photos individually. So once you've got that, you can select the destination folder for your photos and paste it on there. If you're using cloud storage, you'll have to install the application for the cloud storage on your Windows PC for it to show up into your File Explorer. Now you can go straight to the cloud storage and select the photos there if it's in the cloud storage and pull them back down onto your computer. But basically the easiest way to do is go over there, go to the Windows Store on your computer, and if you're looking for OneDrive, that's already loaded in there, but you can do it. You can do the Google Drive, can't remember the other one. There's your file box, stuff like that. And anything that you're using for your cloud storage, you can open an app on there and install it and have it go directly into your Windows Explorer, so you can manipulate your files between the two. So basically the same thing, you go into that, select the photo from your cloud storage app, the copy or move, select it, right click on the fields, either copy or cut, and then select the folder on your computer and paste it into there. and we'll go through one of these as a little on there. If you got it set up for your Link to Windows, you install the Link to Windows app on your phone. If you have a newer phone in the last 3 years, it'll already be on your phone. Install a phone link app on your computer. You open the phone link on the computer. And follow the instructions to connect to your phone. Usually they'll tell you to use QR code will come up and they'll say scan the QR code with your phone, and then it automatically takes over and makes the connection. Once the connection is done, you can open the File Explorer. Your phone will show up as a drive. You go click on that, go to the camera folder, pick your photos from the phone, the copy or move. Same thing, you're gonna copy or cut from your phone, and then select the folder on your laptop and paste them into it. Using a USB device, you insert the USB drive into your C adapter, open your file app on your phone, navigate to your internal storage, and then to your camera folder, and touch the 3 vertical dots at the top right of the screen and hit select, and it'll allow you to select all the photos that you want to move. At the bottom, you're going to choose to copy or move them. Same thing, if you copy them, it'll take a copy there. If you move them, it'll delete them off your phone and put them in the USB drive. So once you've selected, you're going to, at the top of the screen, you'll be able to select the USB storage, select the folder to copy to, and then touch copy here or move here to get it through that. We're getting into the weeds here. Going from Google Photos, you can open the phone, select the photos in Google Photos, select the photos desired to be transferred to multiple photos can be selected, and then there's 3 vertical dots, and here you're going to click on that, and you can select download from the menu. This will download an individual folder and put it in your download folder on your PC in a zip folder. Now, using this, you can also do that and select multiple photos, and it'll zip them all up into that one zip folder and download it to your download folder. You double click on that folder, your download, and to open or extract the photos where you want to do, then save them where you like to have them. So if we go look at if I was going to do it on my computer, that's why I like using the phone link the most. So when it comes up, the fact that here's my photos here, this is actually my phone. When I click on it, it's going to come up and it's going to have all my images here. So if I go to my downloads, I can find my images in there and copy them and paste them to my computer. I could go to the camera, find all the photos that were in my list on there. I also have my Google Drive set up to show up as a drive on my computer. And the same thing, if I had OneDrive, it would be showing up as a OneDrive. But on this one here, I can go in, I can find the photos, and then I can find this photo here that we uploaded earlier today. I can open it from there. Now it's opening a Windows thing. I can do more editing to it. Or I can right click on it, copy it, and then paste it to my computer. If I'm in my phone, same thing, camera. I can open the camera. I can pick the same photo here, or one of the photos I took at the same time there. I can cut that. and then paste it to the pictures on my computer. And I just moved it from my phone. If I go back to my phone, we'll see that now I used to have 4 photos of the Eagles, now I've only got 3, so it's actually deleted it from my phone and moved it on my computer. So, the biggest issue I have is managing my photos. So, the best way I found out to manage them on Windows is to organize my photos on my computer, creating folders and naming conventions that make sense to me, moving photos into specific folders, uh, editing photos. Once they're on your computer, you can, if you got, there's all sorts of better photo editing apps available than what comes on directly on your phone. And then having them on your Windows computer is one, the importance of doing backups and setting up OneDrive for automatic backups or using Google Photos for automatic backups. But you should have some sort of deal. If you're going to manage them on your phone, then you need to start moving them into folders, which on the phone it's either called an album or something different than that. Biggest issue is keeping your photos safe and accessible. So regular photo and file decluttering, you've seen through the presentation. I've got a lot of junk on my phone right now that I need to get rid of, mainly because I've been moving photos that are important to me already, and I've left the junk on my phone. One thing I do is recognize common standards related to photo storage. Get emails from Google claiming someone shared a photo album to you and stuff like that. Should really check into that. There's stuff like you're out of storage, send us some money. So be careful with that. Printing photos from your phone is another way to preserve your memories and stuff like that. There's a lot of easy ways to do it. Right now, you can actually download the apps from Walmart, Walgreens, whatnot, and share with that, or you can go onto their website and specifically load their app on the phone, pull all your stuff off your photos that you want printed, and send it to them. And then either you can go in, send them to online and go into Walgreens or Walmart and pick up the printed ones, or have them delivered to your house. So Walmart, Walgreens have their own apps they use for photo printing. CVS Photo Prints Now is what CVS is using. That's a third party one. Then Google Photos, if you're using Google Photos, you can go in there and go into the settings on that, and actually, when you select photos there, one of the options you're going to have is to have it printed, and then they will print them for you and mail them to you. And I think that's about where we are. Is there any questions?
Nope.
Nancy's shaking her head.
Nope.
Anything
I have
that wasn't clear?
I have a
Very.
question. When you delete a photo and it goes to trash, how do you find the trash?
Okay, so I'm going to show you where you find the trash. So if you go into your apps, you're going to find either if you're Samsung, it's going to be the Samsung, or if you scroll through your apps, you may find one that says files. And then there's also a Google Files, but I'm using the Samsung one where it's right here. It says My Files. I'm going to click on that. And that's going to bring up the internal storage. If I scroll down, here's the trash here. Under the utilities, click on that. And here's all the photos, well, everything that I've trashed in the last 30 days. So that's where you're going to find if you made a mistake, that's where it's going to end up. If you're using Google Photos, it's a little harder to find, but it's in the collections down here. And then you'll see the trash there. So here's all the photos I've deleted from Google Photos. And I've cleaned this out, so I only got a few in there that I've deleted from Google Photos.
Thanks.
So, excuse me? Sorry, did someone ask a question? But either one of these I get into, I can click on it, select it, and then delete it. And it's going to say delete this photo, permanently deleted from your Google account and the device. So I delete it, it's gone. It's totally gone. So that's one thing when you're deleting a lot of photos, especially if you're moving, you've copied photos over and you want to delete to make room on your phone. You won't get any extra room on your phone until you actually go in and permanently delete them. If you're in your trash that's on your phone, you go in and click on select, and now you'll get these little dots beside them. You can pick the ones that you want to permanently delete. Or if you want to restore them, you click on the restore. And now it's going to move these out of trash and put them back in with my other photos. Does that answer everything?
Thank you.
Okay. Well, if that's all the questions, we still have some time, so
Mike, this is Daryl.
yeah.
I have a Google Pixel and they're a little different because they don't have the gallery app at all. It's just assumes Google Photos is the way you do things.
Well, Google Pixels are basically a Google phone.
Yep.
So they use all of Google's applications to do everything. So there is no gallery on that.
So I could kind of see what the gallery local storage is by just using the photo app itself. So that lets me kind of get it the local storage that way.
Right. And if you look in your Google apps, you'll find one that says files.
Right.
That will take you to the same place, and you have the same options in there of what's saved on your phone. Or you should have.
So Mike, if we're no more questions, maybe you should stop sharing and we can wrap this up.
Okay.
Very good presentation. Thank you.
You're
Excellent.
welcome.
And as a reminder, I'll be posting the handout information and the link to our YouTube channel where I'll update the video, so probably sometime today or tomorrow. So I put that in the chat, but it's longmontsctc.org is our website where all this information can be found. So any other questions or comments?
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll end the meeting. Thanks for your attendance.
Thank you.